Alpha Design Fitness, good morning. Good morning. Octavia Hart, good morning. Blonde in a Corvette, good morning, guys. The YouTube is really letting me down this week, guys. YouTube is really letting me down this week. I don't know what's going on over there. Problems with the connection, people saying the picture froze. And this has happened multiple days this week. Maybe I'll have to bring the cardio Q&A back to Instagram. I will not be at the Arnold Classic, no. I will not be at the Arnold Classic this year. I hope you guys that are out there are enjoying it. Good morning, guys. Hestolers, Roberta, the one, most famous Mini-Me, Ducati, Rabada, the Allman Brothers Band, Whipping Post, or Foreigner Double Vision. Good songs, but I gotta go Allman Brothers in that one. Like a whipping post. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Amadis Abdullah, Ryan Rogers, Sylvia. Listen, guys, I don't know what is up with YouTube. Everybody says they like the lives better on YouTube. That's why I moved them over there. This week I had one day that it wouldn't let me on. I think now this is the third time that I've had major technical issues with it. So I've been on here for 16 minutes. I spent the first, 14, 15 over there. People telling me the screen was frozen. The picture was bad. So I figured I'll come over here and see how it works over here. So cardio Q&A, what up, guys? Great cuts. Condra, Bob, Sergey, what was going on over there on YouTube, man? I don't get it. I've been having bad luck with YouTube this week, guys. Got to keep the cardio Q&A going. That's how I hold myself accountable with you guys. Have you seen Floyd Mayweather said today on Fox that Trump is the best president of his lifetime? I did see that. So listen to this. You want to talk about Floyd Mayweather? His marketing firm reached out to me. I get these different marketing, trying to think of the word I want to use for these. Scams, I suppose. I don't want to say scams, right? So basically, they're like, listen, Floyd is going to do a group of shout-outs this week. And when he does shout-outs, that you're guaranteed 15 to 20,000 new followers, which I don't know how they can put a guarantee on that. I said, okay, what's the price for this shout-out? Well, for everybody else, it's $5,000, but for you, your price is $3,000. So that's an expensive shout-out, I would say, from old Floyd Mayweather. And how can you... Do I get my money back if I don't get all these new Floyd Mayweather fighters? I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't really have anything to sell myself these days to be paying for that. But I always find it interesting when I get these marketing messages. Jackie Fitness Life, good morning. Aesthetics Andrew, good morning. I know, Sergey, I know you like the YouTube because we can save them. I get it. But I don't know what's going on over there this week. Biggie Smalls or Tupac? Biggie Smalls all day. Biggie Smalls is a real one. Unlike Tupac, who was a little theater dork. Zesty, by the way. And created that character. Still was a great poet, though. I'll give him that. Diddy, Bad Boy for Life, or Snoop Dogg, Sexual Seduction. Bad Boy for Life is a better song than Sexual Seduction, which is catchy. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. How much to give me a shout out? Should I start charging for them now? Floyd's business ventures all fail. That's why he comes back to these WWE matches with the Paul brothers. I wonder how many people are going to pay that 5 G's for his shout out. What do you think? Opinion on Sam Sulek going pro. He was the clear winner. I mean, Macy and Donnie, good morning. Chris Fick, good morning. Justin, good morning. So, he was the clear winner. Here, I'm just going to give it to you the way I see it, because I don't want to come across negative. So I'm going to give you just the whole picture how I see it. He was the clear winner. I mean, it wasn't even close. That being said, that was probably the weakest pro qualifier for classic bodybuilding that I've seen so far. It was extremely weak. Most of the national shows are way more stacked than that. Sometimes you get a national show where it's like, okay, the class is weak. So, was I really impressed with his physique? No, not at all. He looks good. He looks good. I think he's got some structural issues. He was in pretty good condition, though. He did a good job with his condition. I respect that. Anybody that gets in shape like that. His posing was far improved from the first time, so I respect that. But, guys, the thing is, man, I've been doing this for a long time. So I've seen so many good and great physiques. So all of the hype that he gets for being a young man and looking like that, you guys got to remember, I saw Cody Montgomery when he was 19 years old, right? You know, a couple months before he went to become the youngest USA winner of all time. That's a crazy looking physique. A 19-year-old that looks like that, you put him next to Sam Sulek, you're not even going to look at Sam Sulek. So I'm just not as easily impressed. But that being said, he was the clear, deserving winner. In fact, he, in my opinion, dominated. There just wasn't much to compete against. The guy that won the super heavyweight's impressive. I think he's got some good pro potential as far as the bodybuilding pro cards went. Let's see here. So that's my thoughts on it. The Rookie with Dennis Quaid, good movie. Or Bull Durham, also good movie, but I like The Rookie, very good movie. Justin, I hope you're feeling good. I've been following along with your autoimmune situation. I've been in a position where I had an autoimmune deficiency syndrome going on myself, which took me a whole entire year to finally get diagnosed with chronic active Epstein-Barr. CAEBV, they call it. Fortunately, I got that shit under control now. That was a rough year for me. I hate to see anybody have to go through that. Let's see, people that you know that decided not to get married and not having kids in their 50s or 60s, do they look happy or do they regret about their decision? That's a good question, Sergey, because most of the people that I know do have kids. I think that kind of falls into the old birds of a feather flock together. The guys that I grew up with that were like the biggest players, banging chicks all over the place every weekend, they settled down later, but they all settled down and have kids now. Surprisingly, I'm the latest to the party with the kids. Chris a Fit, I'll have to shoot you a DM. I think so. I saw that you switched up your, Justin, I saw that you switched up the way that you eat to get rid of the inflammation. Very smart. Everything that you're doing is very smart. Very, very smart. And wipe it out. Once it becomes dormant for a while, yeah, it's a good plan, Justin. Very good plan. Very good plan. We'll talk, Chris Fit, for sure. Keith, good morning. Have I ever met a black person who listens to country? Yes, in prison. Multiple. I was shocked, actually. I was shocked. There is, you'd be surprised. You go to prison in Alabama. So prison in Alabama, the majority of the inmates were black. And actually met some Texas-born black guys that literally knew all the country music songs and sang them. It was weird for me to see. David Bowie, Starman or Free, wishing well. Ooh, David Bowie for show. Yes, Justin, you know, somebody like you that's been training heavy their whole life. Here's something, I had this conversation with Factory Maybrook actually years ago. It was probably 6, 7, 8 years ago. I was talking to Factory. We were at a show in an elevator, and I was like, you know what, dude, you're still really damn big. And he was like, you know what, man, I haven't worked out in freaking months. He's like, but when you've been training heavy your whole life, you have to actually try to lose the size. You know what I mean? You have to try to lose it. I mean, I'll give you an example. You look at me. I went to prison for 2 years, had nothing positive going on in there, barely getting 100 grams of protein a day, no weights, and I got fat. Yes, I definitely got fat, but I didn't really lose as much muscle as one might think. People thought I was going to come home skinny as hell. I'm like, no, I came home fat, but you know, I was solid fat, you know. So in your case, you've changed your food, you're still training, you literally are going to have to try to lose muscle. You have to try to lose muscle. You have to cardio it off. And so I'm not too worried about that there. You just look, look nice and dry. Fit with Franco, good morning. Good morning, guys. I've been doing these on YouTube every day, and then this week we've had a lot of technical issues over there. It's annoying, so I popped over here. But I have been doing these over on YouTube, and I've been posting them on my YouTube. Let's see, Sheryl Crow, All I Want to Do is Have Some Fun. Good song. All I want to do is have some fun. Or Madonna, Papa Don't Preach, I'm in trouble deep. I gotta go Madonna on that one. Could've made up my mind, I'm keeping my baby. Good song. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, B.S. Martin, Tess Moldova, Duran Duran, Wild Boys, or Kenny Loggins, Danger Zone. Woo! Listen, you can't tell me that when you hear Highway to the Danger Zone, that you don't get fired up. You don't get that. That brings me back to going to see Guy Cisternino in his dorm at WestCon, slamming beers before the club. Saturday Night Fever, great movie. Or Grease, also a great movie. So I think that both of those movies are iconic, and I feel like every kid growing up, Grease is like a part of your childhood, where Saturday Night Fever, for me, I watched that one a little later. I think I watched Saturday Night Fever maybe when I was like a teenager, and I love Saturday Night Fever. Al Pacino. Isn't it amazing? Here we go. This is a good one from Sergey. Isn't that amazing that in Papa Don't Preach, Madonna's against abortion, but now she supports it? Of course, all the celebrities and stars are all behind the abortion celebration. Listen, Dominic, I don't know what happened on YouTube today. It wasn't working. It was not working. It's been very frustrating. Look Who's Talking. That was a good movie. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Annabelle, Jim Beam. Do I think Guy has a sense of humor? I asked him some more questions on his Q&A. He was dead serious. What kind of questions? You were asking him the music questions? He is more serious, I would say, than I am. I know how to make him laugh, though. Here's a good flick, Hell or High Water. I'm trying to think if that movie is not ringing a bell. Who is in it? Who's in that movie? Bachman Turner Overdrive. You ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Or Queen, Tie Your Mother Down. Not my favorite Queen song. Annabelle, thank you for asking. The pregnancy is this week, 37 weeks. We hit it, which is very good news, exciting, because these past few weeks with all of the doctor's appointments has been very, I guess stressful is the word. Marissa's handled it like a champ. She's a cool customer, that lady. I'll tell you. She's a cool customer. But it's amazing. We have figured out the amniotic fluid situation with the watermelon, which is mind-blowing. Doctors never seem to tell you stuff like this. I'm glad that we figured it out. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'll have to check that one out then, guys, that movie. Thank you for the reference. How much watermelon have y'all consumed? That's a good question. I would say she is eating about a pound of watermelon a day, which might sound like a lot, but it's really not. It's, watermelon is literally like 90% water. So, just to give you like some macro breakdown, a half of a cup, right, if you think about it, is only 4 ounces, right? So, a cup is 8 ounces. 8 ounces is half of a pound. So when you think about serving sizes of things, right? So let's just say she eats just a cup. There's only 11 grams of carbohydrates in there. Some sugar, obviously with the fructose, a little bit of fiber, and there's 172 grams of potassium in there, which I think is a key aspect of it. So we buy them in these 2-pound, 2.2, 2.4 pound containers, and just keep plowing through them. Keep plowing through them. Swayzilla, I did it on Instagram today because it wasn't working again on YouTube. What? Yeah. What? No! You can't leave it out. Babe, spank his ass. Good. Jack being bad upstairs. Ate the clipper guard again. Yes, don't leave it out though. You can't leave it there. Will watermelon affect the tone or skin color of the baby? Do you mean like, will the baby be darker from eating the watermelon? Is that where you're going with this? I don't think so. I'll tell you though, high doses of lemon juice can actually affect your skin color, can lighten your skin, interestingly enough. I've read that before, quite a few times actually. Hurricane with Denzel, good movie. Or Warrior 2011 with Tom Hardy, is that the one where they're UFC fighters? That's a good one. And he fights his brother at the end. Is that Warrior? That's a good movie. Very good movie. Billy Joel, Honesty, or Lou Reed, Perfect Day. We go Billy Joel on that one. It's going to be Black Beauty, maybe. What are your top 5 over-the-counter health hacks? Well, so I give you a combination of things. You can count this as 3 or 1, but it's how I start my day every morning. So I take about a tablespoon or 2 of lemon juice, a tablespoon or 2 of apple cider vinegar, and I buy these Hunza salts. It's a mineral salt from Pakistan, from this company called This Chick Is Raw, and I shoot that as soon as I wake up in the morning. So if you want to call that 1 or 3 things, you can. And then the next thing I do is I drink a liter of warm water right after that. Get it right down. This does a number of things, this combination. For starters, you get the detoxification effect from the lemon juice. It's also good for weight loss. You get a lot of benefits from the apple cider vinegar. And then the interesting thing is these Hunza salts, I don't have any issues with my kidneys or kidney stones, but it'll help you hydrate a lot more efficiently. I find that I need a lot less water now to stay hydrated, which is interesting. I used to drink Pedialytes and whatnot all the time. I don't have to anymore. But drinking that liter of warm water right after that when you wake up, first of all, it stimulates the digestion process in your colon, because if you use a fiber supplement, which is another great over-the-counter hack like I do, some people have issues with fiber supplements because it forms a gel inside. But the thing is, if your colon is properly hydrated, everything just keeps sliding on through. So a lot of times when people aren't going to the bathroom the right way, or they're constipated, they're dehydrated. So getting that warm water in your system fast, usually what happens right after that is I go right to the bathroom and I poop. So you're getting a lot going on at once with that. A lot going on at once. Another thing that I'll tell you is a pretty easy over-the-counter hack, guys. Go on Amazon, get a TENS unit. They're not expensive. Anytime when you have some sort of injury, something aching, something hurting, you put the TENS unit on there. I was using it on my forearm last night. Get that stim going, put it on as hard as you can take it for 30 minutes or so. It does wonders for you. There's some people that are anti-TENS unit for some reason, but I'll tell you, Dr. Nick Ruggiero, who's been putting people back together for years, anytime where I'm jacked up, I can't see him, you know what he tells me to do? Put the TENS unit on it. Cheap, they're not expensive. You can get one. It's not some sort of fancy equipment that you need to get. Promise you that. Promise you that. Let's see here. Any tricks to catch a homeless cat? Tried to put food in pet carrier, but it didn't work out. Now cat is afraid we need to sterilize her. I think you got to keep leaving the food out. And you have to talk in the voice that I use with my animals. All cats respond to that voice. You have to say, come here, kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. You have to talk in a really high, weird voice like that. All cats, even lions at the zoo, respond to that voice. I swear. I was at the zoo one time, the lion was roaring, and I said, kitty. And he chilled out. They all respond to it. Once you start talking like that and building that trust, then you can get her ass. Who's the real Karate Kid, Johnny Lawrence or Daniel LaRusso? Good question. Good question. I think we got to go Johnny Lawrence, really. Meredith Brooks, bitch, or Natalie Imbruglia, Torn. I'm a bitch, I'm a liar, I'm a little torn. I have to think of that one for a second. You're a little lame, I'm already torn. I'm going Natalie on that one. Todd gets his fiber from eating a whole box of Raisin Bran. There you go. That's tasty. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, my friend from all the way back in the day. Good morning, Simon. Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes, or Fleetwood Mac, Rhiannon. Well, I can't think of the first song, so I'm going Fleetwood Mac. Love Fleetwood Mac. Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes. I don't know. I can't think of that song right now. I'll have to hear it. Castor oil and cayenne pepper. That's an old school one, right there. Get a van, a mustache, and cat treats. There you go. Everybody's helping out with catching the cat now. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Cardio Q&A was not happening on YouTube today. Could not figure it out. Okay, Christopher, good to see you on here, man. Herculean Fitness. Good morning, guys. Pop on over to Instagram today for this one. I'll stay on here for a few more minutes. I don't know what was going on YouTube today. It was not happening. Mac Ricks, Mustang Sally, or Minnie Riperton, loving you. Mustang Sally for show. I'm trying to think of that other song. I have to go pull it up on YouTube after this. Good weekend ahead. So another doctor's appointment today at 11:30. I was supposed to be getting a massage today. My massage guy hurt himself. I'm bummed out. He hurt his hand, so that sucks. Told him you better start BPC 157 and TB 500, that damn thing. The Allman Brothers whipping post or foreigner double vision. With that double vision. When I was a kid, I went to see the Allman Brothers in concert at least, excuse my language, 6 times. And they only played whipping post 1 time. But when they played it, they played the shit out of it. It was awesome. So I'm going whipping post on that one, just for the good old memory. All the young dudes carry the news. Boogaloo dudes carry the news. All the young dudes carry the news. Boogaloo dudes carry the news. I gotta go listen to it. I'm usually not too locked in on young dudes. So maybe that's why. Golden Harvest, what's going on? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Cardio Q&A came over to Instagram today because YouTube was not working. I don't know why. I tried multiple times. My picture was freezing. It said the streaming wasn't working. Bowie sang the song. Maybe I'll recognize it when I hear it then. Maybe I'll recognize it when you hear it. I hope you catch that cat, though, Sergey. Hey, thank you, Golden Harvest. It's good to see you on here. Good to see you on here. I'll stay on here for a few more minutes. So tomorrow is Marissa's birthday. Super excited. This is one of our last weekends together now before the baby comes. So I'm glad we get to have that time together. Little birthday weekend action. Go out to dinner. There really isn't a whole lot that you can do when you're 9 months pregnant on your birthday, but we'll make the most of it. Women who shave the sides of their heads have 0 chance of having PTSD. Absolutely. A shaved side of the head is a major red flag for me if you're a woman. If there are any women in here who have a shaved side of their head, I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel. I prefer both sides of the head to have equal hair. Now, if you have both sides of your head shaved, that is okay. Because then I know that you're just classified as full-on lesbian, which, hey, that's cool. I prefer my lesbians to be fully butch lesbians. I don't like lipstick lesbians. Nope. I don't watch lesbian porn. I prefer my lesbians to be as butch and as similar to me, really, as possible. Those are my favorite lesbians. I know quite a few like that. Most of them's name is Pat. Biggest attention whore in bodybuilding industry that you witnessed. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. I can't do it in here. I can't do my man dirty like that. I can't do my man dirty like that. I'm going to plead the 5th on that one. Let me see if I can think of anybody that I don't like to throw in there. I would say Kai Green is up there. Kansas, carry on my wayward son. Or Joe Cocker, Summer in the City. Good old Joe Cocker with a deep voice. I'm going Kansas, though. All right, guys, I'm going to go on for 1 more minute. I hope we get some really moving questions in here now before I get off here. I'm going to go get my sides of my hair shaved here, even though they're pretty good right now. Get a little fresh fade when I get off here. Bowie wrote the song, and I believe he played saxophone on the song. I'm going to go and look at it after this. Do me and Kai got beef? No, absolutely not. He's one of the greatest bodybuilders ever. Absolutely. I respect him as a bodybuilder. I worked with him. You have to remember, I had a business with him for a while. So I know him in a little different way. Now, he may have changed quite a bit over the years. He's very eccentric. How about that? Very eccentric. Best way to make kratom tea. I'm going to have to save that one for another day because I don't want to rush my answer. Or I'll have to get at you in the DMs about it. But you need an electric kettle, some lemon juice, and really that's it. And your powder. I'll walk you through it. I saw that about Gene Hackman. Interesting timing with the Epstein list coming out. Who knows? What is my take on Wes Watson? He was an athlete of mine for years, actually. So I would say at least 3 or 4 years, maybe more than that, maybe 5 years. I'd have to go back and look when he first started, but he joined the Legion right when he got out of prison. And he was great. He was great. He went above and beyond. And as his following grew, I started to want to do more with him. I actually remember talking to him on the phone one day and said, I'd love to fly you down here and do some stuff. And he was like, man, I'm not even allowed to leave my district. I'm on parole. So that's why we didn't do anything there. But he did everything that we ever asked and then some. Then while I was in prison, he had a disagreement with somebody, I don't know who, over a post. And it made him, decide, fuck this shit, I'm going elsewhere. And that's okay, So my only experiences with him are good. He was a great athlete, and he brought in good code sales, and he tried hard. I'll tell you, there's a lot of negative energy around him now. I wonder how much of that he does on purpose. How much of it is an act, because the way that he presents himself is a lot different than he was to me. He was really loyal and hardworking and awesome athlete. So I haven't spoken to him though, in a long time. He welcomed me home from prison with a DM when I got home, and talked to him real quick about that. But that was it. So I can only tell you from my personal experiences. I can't jump on the train of all the he's a douchebag, this and that. But he was very, listen, I'll tell you guys, a lot of times when you work with these athletes that you guys love and like, they can be a real pain in the ass. You're paying them money and you're asking them to do things. They don't do things on time. They don't show up for events on time. They don't do the post what I'm going to do. There's a lot more of them that are like that than aren't like that. And he was on it. So, I respect the work ethic with it. Is he 6 feet? I don't know, because I never got to meet him in real life. I never got to meet him in real life. You're welcome. How Bizarre is Culture Club? Do you really want to hurt me? Oh, How Bizarre. I'm going to see How Bizarre. Then, okay, How Bizarre. I have to get that one in my head. Or, do you really want to hurt me? Definitely that one. I got to roll out of here. I got to get my haircut done. Phil Donahue, definitely. Oh, good old Diana Maybrook. Remember Diana Maybrook? I saw a bunch of scandalous videos of Diana Maybrook when I got home. I'm sure that you guys have also seen those videos as well. I forget who sent them to me, but they were like, didn't this girl used to work with you guys? And I was like, oh yeah, good old Diana Maybrook. Look at that. Look at that. Here's a bunch of stuff I didn't expect to see. Anyway, I love you guys all very much. God bless you all. You have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Top 3 things you learned from gay porn. Well, I have not watched any male gay porn. Only lesbian gay porn, and it's kind of boring to me. But I have learned that lesbians need to have things that are shaped like male parts in order for those porns to be interesting. He blocked you over the videos? That's hilarious. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. You all have a wonderful day. God bless you all.